So on your Instagram, you said 2020 was a rough year for everybody. You had a bit of you've had some like yeah, like just like everybody has during the quarantine, ups and downs. You found yourself, you've found a lot of things out. What were some of the things that you had to overcome and get through during the quarantine?
This is you coming with the questions, Jaden. Really good questions. So many things. I look back at 2020, and it was a tough year, but it was also a beautiful year. I grew so much. Many of the things that I had to to overcome, of course, was being at home, um, being having to really get creative with my, especially when quarantine first started. And I know y'all remember how it was; things were shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I remember having to be really creative with my workouts, having to do home workouts.
Yeah. Just had to
Jogging
jury
around the
rig
neighborhood.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I'm like, man, like, but I made it work. Just having to overcome, being locked down and really finding how to still progress in the goals and the purpose that I feel like the Lord has really placed in my life. And also really just a lot of the things that were going on outside of football as it pertains to social justice
Mm-hmm.
and the virus in and of itself as well, and everything just just still keeping a level head throughout that. There were days just being in despair over many of the things that were happening to black bodies, guys that
Mm-hmm.
look just like me. And of course, this is something that's been going on for years and years and years. But being able to see how people are now coming from an aspect of the outpouring of realizing, and of course we're not there yet. We're not there yet by
It's
any
still a
stretch of the
long road, yeah.
imagination. But um there's still so much to do, so much progress to be made.
Mm-hmm.
But just seeing that, and now it really coming to a head last year was tough. It was tough to see it, and it's still tough. Still to this day. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for everything that I had to encounter in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
and it's made me who I am today.
So after the Tropical Bowl game, you got plenty of interviews from different coaches and everything, including the Dolphins, which is actually your father's favorite team, as I learned. What was it like
Yeah.
finally being able to hear from some NFL scouts? And what were some of the big questions that they asked you?
That was just really a very humbling experience, to be able to be pulled aside and they know your name and they're talking with you and just trying to get a feel for you. And being my dad's favorite team, made the moment even more special because I know that's the team that he's loved since he was a kid. So, it was huge, and they kind of asked just a lot, trying to get to know me and my learning type and just my whole story up till now so that they can really get a feel for who Jeremy Bell is.
With the 2021 draft approaching, and your pro day numbers definitely show that you have what it takes. What is the mindset that you have going into the draft?
I don't expect to get drafted, and I think that's just being realistic with myself, but just hoping to get an opportunity. I'm hoping that some scouts reach out to me, reach out to my agent, and kind of show some interest, get an invite to a camp somewhere. And I think immediately after the draft is when they start calling and signing the undrafted free agents.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of the boat that I'm in right now, and I'm just waiting to hear. I think I'm gonna start sending out some film and numbers myself, just to reach out to as many people as possible and give myself the best chance to get on the field and show what I can do.
Yeah,
Definitely
and
right
just to
there.
add, Doug Baldwin went undrafted, and he's one of my favorite receivers I've ever watched. So, man, ain't nothing wrong. If you don't get drafted, you could still make your mark on the league for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, and I think that's been shown throughout the NFL that a lot of the best players are guys who weren't really expected to make it, and it's kind of just like getting to that next level and keep improving on yourself. I'm 22 years old, so it's not like I've been out of college for a bunch of years. I'm really young. My best football is ahead of me, and I think that's something that really works into my favor. So I appreciate you saying that.